Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I keep getting asked what I'm voting for as far as the AMC proxy votes. If I'm voting yes, if I'm voting no, and I think you could see the TLDR says that clearly I am voting yes. And I will explain my position here shortly. Let me just confirm that this is actually working and wait and see if anybody pops in. I'm sure we'll get plenty of AMC diamond-handed apes in here at any moment, but I'm going to wait just a second before I confirm. And this is a very simple video. It's a very simple response for me. So I'm just going to do it while I'm driving, while I'm minding my own business, because I've got other things to do, other places to be. So I hope you understand that this video is on the go. But again, hey, Gio, there we are. Jimmy, good to see you, gentlemen. Welcome back to the Butchers of Wall Street. And at this point, I think we've changed the name of the channel. This channel is no longer the Butcher of Wall Street. It is literally the Butchers, because all of you here are helping me cut down on the criminal market manipulation that's occurring in financial markets every single day. Stocks, crypto, precious metals, real estate, you name it. The manipulation is through the roof. And as being part of this community, I am not alone. You guys are here with me. We are all doing this together. We are vocal. We are putting our money where our mouth is. We are fighting against the corruption, the malfeasance, and the absolute criminality that has been allowed to happen for way too long. As such, you are now, along with me, the Butchers of Wall Street. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You have now been given an official title, and that is what we will be calling this channel from here on out, and that is what I'm going to be calling you, because you, my fellow butchers, are actually making a difference. You're actually making a difference by supporting companies like GameStop, like AMC, like COS, many others of the sort. MMAT even, right? MMTLP, how many people there were wronged by the DTCC illegally helping shorts and hedge funds by stopping trading multiple days early from the date that they actually gave, because they knew that there's no way that those short hedge funds and family offices and institutions were ever going to be able to get those number of shares back without a massive short squeeze that would absolutely obliterate a good chunk of the system. So now 65,000 families in MMTLP are hurting, were wronged, and it's absolute criminality at its best. Because when the DTC says trading will be stopped at the end of closing on Monday, and they do it in the middle of the morning on Friday, all these people expect to be able to close their positions till Monday. That right there should be indicative of just one of many examples of what we've talked about. GameStop, AMC, COS, BBBY, Sundial, Tilray, 50 securities, even the silver ETF, SLV, was made position close only by companies like Robinhood and Webull, eToro, and Schwab, and almost every single brokerage out there made it so that you could not buy these stocks. So all in all, we're going to talk crypto, right? Look at what happened recently with Binance and these other firms that rug pulled people for $100 billion just this past month. It is astronomical. It is insane. Let me hold this phone. It's not vibrating, shaking everywhere. It is insane, folks. And just in case you're wondering, my eyes are on the road. I'm wearing glasses, but I am watching the road here, not the phone. So no worries on that, my friends. But together, we actually make a difference by voting with your money. Look at what happened with Tesla. Tesla, just this week, Schwab was going to vote against Tesla with their millions and millions of shares in their exchange-traded funds. And people pulled millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars out of Charles Schwab. And guess what? They caved. They turned around and said, you know what, we're going to go ahead and vote yes, because even though we were going to vote no initially, we can't afford to lose your tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, folks. So that is the power that people have. What's going on, Dixon? It's great to see you. 401 Doge, cheers, my friend. Thank you very much. Big Ace, Travis, John, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? So I am absolutely voting yes on AMC's proxy votes, all the way, through and through. I have the utmost confidence in AMC, and I want to address one thing here. AMC is not going to sell those shares and dilute right away. AMC in the proxy vote states in writing that if you vote yes and the vote passes, they will not issue any new shares or dilute for a minimum of 6 months. So if you're wondering, if you vote yes, are they going to go ahead and start selling shares right now, immediately, or next week or next month after the vote passes? No. They are not doing it at any specific moment. It will not force them to do it. It just gives them the ability to do so. Therefore, what it means is that AMC will have the opportunity to sell shares at a stock price that seems advantageous, okay? At which point, if there is an increase in price as the fundamentals get better, as shorts get squeezed, or as more companies continue to go long, AMC will then be able to sell some of those shares. And on the earnings call that I live streamed the day before yesterday, Adam Aaron specifically stated that they could actually Adam Aaron specifically stated that they could actually buy out companies. He was talking about merger and acquisition, and that AMC is 27% of the entire market share, the largest movie theater in the world. And there is a lot of companies out there that are less than 1% of the market share, that with a little bit of capital, just a little bit, AMC could then take over and literally, I use keyword that Adam Aaron used, arbitrage those movie theaters and their current rates that they're charging people, and arbitrage them for the AMC brand, bring in their top tier concessions and screens and displays and sound of superior quality, premium XL IMAX screens, and so on, and therefore charge more money for a much better movie experience at those movie theaters that they picked up for pennies on the dollar. That means that they're going to make more money. It's going to increase the company's market capitalization. It's going to increase their revenue, increase their profit, increase their ability to bring more asses into the seats, folks. Do you understand? Il mosto verde. You know what, my friend? That's the whole point of the stock market. The whole point of the stock market is to be able to get funding and sell shares to people that are willing to invest in the company. And that is precisely how you keep shorts from succeeding. Without giving people that ability, Elon would not have been able to raise significant capital for his companies. GameStop would not have been able to raise billions and billions of dollars. And at which point they're completely debt-free. They're completely debt-free now, and they've got, what, $6 billion in cash in the bank? A lot of people at this point are calling them Gameshire Hathaway, you know, like as a Berkshire Hathaway kind of little play on words. I am voting with 6 figures worth of cash invested in AMC, significant 6 figures. All of my shares are going to be voting yes to allow AMC and Adam Aaron to spend money as needed in order to be able to keep the company well capitalized, to grow, and to fuck the shorts. If you got into this thinking it was going to be a quick play, I am sorry. That is not my fault. That is nobody's fault but your own. When I got into this, I was very well expecting it to be multiple short squeezes over many years, as I've stated, before the final mother of all short squeezes occurs and shit absolutely hits the fan. And that's exactly what we've seen. We saw not one but 2 squeezes in 2021. We saw 2 squeezes in 2022. We got 2 squeezes in 23 and 1 squeeze in 24. And every time we see that, intelligent investors load the boat, buy options, buy shares, take profits, and continue to hold some of their shares for the long term to make sure that they are always well invested and do not give shorts a complete out of their position. So it is, in fact, not about the company's stock price at the very moment. It is about the volatility that occurs in these stocks multiple times per year. Every single time that shorts oversell and are unable to close their positions, which has happened repeatedly. Hence the reason there are so many failures to deliver on these stocks. AMC Moaz says if this passes, AMC is going to $1. And you know what? I would love to see that. I would love to see AMC at $1 because I would buy so much fucking AMC. It would definitely reduce my dollar cost average even more, exponentially more at $1. Like Bertlow says, yeah, if it goes to $1, I'm buying 10,000 worth. I hear you, my friend. I'm going to do that and more without a question. If AMC goes down to $1 or even $1.50, I would be more than happy to load the boat. Because again, one of these days, just like we had last year, the stock goes from $2 to $12 in a matter of a day or two, and you can easily make some fat stacks. Sell off some of your position, hold some of your shares, DCA down, wait for it to happen again and again. And this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. Do whatever the fuck you want. Do not invest any money that you're not willing to lose in the stock market or in crypto, because anybody that tells you that investing in the stock market is a good investment, in my opinion, is absolutely wild. It is gambling through and through. Anything in the stock market, I don't care what stock it is. You could have bought Nvidia at the top several weeks ago and you'd be fucking hurting right now. It doesn't matter. And that is why the number one trader of all time, not Nancy Pelosi, but the number one trader of all time, Warren Buffett, likes to say, quote, if you're not willing to hold a stock for 10 years, you have no business owning that stock for even 10 minutes. All right, folks. So, with that being said, I wish you peace and wealth. I'm here for the long haul. That's right, 401 Doge. Nancy Pelosi is finally stepping down, and Donald Trump called her out today for being a criminal market manipulator and was absolutely talking shit, railing her about how she has made $280 million in a net worth out of $175,000 a year salary by insider trading, by manipulating markets. And those are exactly the kind of people that we are up against. Those are the people that we are here to butcher. Theoretically speaking, right? From a legal standpoint, and metaphorically speaking, not condoning violence in any way whatsoever. Folks, I wish you peace and wealth. Have a great, beautiful rest of your day and an awesome weekend. I'm going to go enjoy my time with my family, enjoy my weekend. I'm going to hit up Costco here, get some protein shakes. I will see you folks on Monday. Cheers, motherfuckers.